Greetings. I hope you're all well, staying safe. I've been working since the last video on a couple of things. I've come up with this mining vessel, and so hopefully this should be able to land on the moon in the Avon base and start mining stuff and collect the ore in these two tanks. And then there's these two, I don't know, arm things that can sort of like fold out, and they've got a bit of an extension on them, and they've got those little docking ports on the ends of them. And so the idea is I'll be able to land a second vessel on one side of this, and they'll both have these arms, and they'll be able to join together, and the other side will maybe be a free port for some kind of rover to come and sort of like transport resources around as necessary. The other thing that I've built is a refinery. This is based on the same platform, so this should be the same height, and then it's got a big fuel refinery thing in here. So hopefully these two things will sort of like land next to each other and work together to produce fuel to keep all the stuff on Avon fueled. That sentence got away from me. I have no idea how I'm going to land these on the moon. They both weigh less than 20 tons. This one's 15, the other one's a bit lighter. So what I'm thinking would be nice is if I could get some kind of spacecraft vessel system thing that can take, I don't know, 18 to 20 tons or something to the surface of the moon. That's the goal. So what I don't want to do is have lots of refueling stuff. I don't want to have to do like refueling in orbit. I can't be bothered to do all that docking stuff. So I don't want to do that. And I also don't want to leave lots of debris and stuff to clean up either in orbit or on the moon. And so what I need is something that can like land this down there, like, you know, come down, deploy the legs and land it, and then whatever that is that did it to then leave. And hopefully come all the way back to Kerbin would be nice, to sort of like have some kind of recoverability, reusable type thing going on. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that at the moment, so I'm going to start working on that system, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think 18 to 20 tons to the surface of the moon, without in-orbit refueling, without debris. That's the goal. Right then, ridiculous step number one in my journey to trying to build some kind of a way of landing this. It's got a bunch of fuel, it's got engines, big shroud over it. The refinery is in there. I've extended the legs by default for the purposes of testing. And let's just see what happens. I'm not really sure what I'm hoping to learn from this, but it's good to put it out on the runway every now and then, I think. I sense a handful of issues. Flawless. Okay, right, I need struts and stuff. I've got no control over this. Oh. Well, that's certainly something. Right then, I've strutted it up a little bit, so hopefully it'll be a bit less wobbly. This doesn't have the thrust to do any testing on Kerbin. I don't know whether it's worth trying to make it work on Kerbin, or if I should just hope when I get to Moon. I don't know. Blimey, this is not happy. That's the one that does it. Well, Doesn't flap around as much, so there's that. Right, this is the monstrosity that I've built to put to put things on the moon. Oh my goodness me. I don't know how I feel about this. This has got out of hand. I've got to figure out how the hell to launch this now. I think this is just going to be a process of just trying increasingly larger rockets to see what works. I have no idea what's going to go wrong. I don't really know how to mount this. I don't know whether to mount it from this end or to mount it under here. I just don't know. So I don't know. We'll see what I come up with, I guess. Right then, this is the monstrosity that I'm going to test quickly first. I haven't done like anything in terms of. I'm not expecting this to work, but I don't really know what's going to go wrong, so I'm just going to try it. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. Nothing else to say to justify this insanity. Right. Right, so it thinks it's upside down. That's a good sign. Let's turn that on. Maximum thrust. See, now the thrust to weight ratio calculator in the thing said that this would be fine, and yet here I am with no thrust. Oh, because it thinks it's on the moon. Oh no, body curbing at sea level. There we go, 0.38. Right, that's fine. Right, so let's get rid of the thrust limiter on these. I shouldn't trust these numbers. I should always just leave everything at maximum power, 1.27. This can only just lift off at sea level. Right then, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh God. Okay. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. And my computer struggled with that a little bit. Right then, so as predicted, asymmetric thrust. Oh no! Oh dear. Okay. Man, my computer really does not like that bit of it. Wow. Okay. The other thing that I'm debating is what a colossal... Oh, blimey. Well, some of it survived. Oh. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness me. I'm going to be ambitious and assume that I'm going to get to orbit here. Or at least try to. I wonder if it was the fins or the movement of the payload that was more effective there. God, these things vector so much, it's insane. I was going to stage 2 things at once. No, no. Not that one. Right then. Okay, right, these are slightly lacking in thrust. But I've got an apoapsis that's 100 kilometers. So let's... Can this make orbit? No. Not even close. It'll take 5 minutes to burn. Right, so I need RCS for one. I think would be a useful thing to have. So this thing needs RCS. It needs... What the hell happened there? Right then. 3, 2, 1, go. I've got 4 engines this time rather than 2, so... There we go. Okay, so this needs stabilizing in there. I think a single docking connector is not enough. Oh, blimey. Oh, blimey. Yeah, right. That needs some struts, man. That needs struts. Although, look at this. I might actually have enough for orbit. 100 by 100. Oh dear. Right, that is an orbit, even if it's a rubbish one. Okay, so that needs sorting out. But this can get into orbit, and then it has 1,000 meters a second left. Is that enough to get to the moon? I suspect not. We can find out, I suppose, can't we? Just what would it take just to get out to that orbit? It's not about 800, isn't it? Yeah. Well, damn. Okay. 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 All right. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Oh dear. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Well, I learned some stuff, I think, I would say. I think I've spread a suitable amount of this around the planet. Right, so I need struts in that thing. I think re-entry hardware is probably a bit of a dumb thing to try and put on it, but I've done it, so I'm going to keep trying with it. And possibly use the upper stage to actually get to the moon as well. Because that did quite well. This is not what I had originally sort of like envisaged when I started all this process. But that was shockingly successful, I would say. Right, so I'm going to do some more fiddling with this, and we'll see what happens. Right then, this is what I'm going to try and put on the moon. I've added struts in here so that this should hopefully be a bit more stable. And I've lengthened this tank a little bit. I've put solar panels on it. I've got a communications thing on it. I believe the battery power goes through this. No, I don't. Do I believe that? Do I believe that enough to risk this? Answer, no. I'm going to put more batteries on it. Oops, got the wrong type of symmetry enabled. Let's do that. There we go. Right then. It's got batteries on it. It's got comms. It's got solar panels. It's got RCS. There's RCS fuel in here somewhere. Lots of engines. And then this monstrosity. So hopefully this will get it into up high. This stage will get it into orbit and then do translunar and hopefully slow it down at the moon. And then this has 1,000 meters a second to land and then hopefully come back. If this is successful, I might try and integrate the other... What have I got? This one's the refinery, isn't it? So I might try and integrate the mining thing into this next and get that launched as well. But let's see how this one goes. Circularize. To the moon. That will do me nicely. Right, so the original plan in my mind, don't know if I ever expressed this, was I don't like crashing stuff into the moon. I know I've done it a bunch, but I'd rather not do it. I think I'm going to end up doing it this time, but the ship of my dreams didn't launch this, like a translunar stage into the moon. It Oh, crap. It just kind of like the whole thing went from Kerbin orbit to Lunar orbit to landing and then back again without any other staging. This is not that machine. I don't know if I will ever be able to build that machine. But this works. This will do. So I'm gonna use the 91 meters a second here, and then get rid of this stage. It'll crash into the moon, and that's fine. I'm vaguely concerned it's going to crash near Avon now, but that'll be fine. And then once that's done, I've got to figure out how on earth to land this monstrosity here, which I will admit makes me a bit nervous. Woo! Right then. Hopefully that's enough. Right, so shall I just stage this now? Right, so I need to point this. This is what I'm controlling. I want to point this. This way. Ish, I think. And then radial out. Is that what I'm aiming for? No, radial in. Radial in, radial in. This is so... I've got to do it in the dark as well. This is going to be an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I forgot to put lights on this. Always forget to put lights on this. Right, is there something in here that I can like do control from here that is a more appropriate angle? I don't think there is. I think this is just it, isn't it? Right. Okay. Okay. Right then, let's just stage it, say goodbye to that. Bye. Oh no, I need to turn all these on. Oh man, right, turn that on. Turn that on. Turn that on. Turn that on. I can still hear the other thing. That one on. That one on. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. Have I seen... Oh no, I've got no more... Oh no, that used all my monopropellant. That last stage. Oh no. God damn it. This is not going to end well. This, I predict, is not going to end very well. Right. Let's just try and see what happens. Oh my goodness me. Avon down there. Oh crap, no, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh, no. Stop there. No. Okay, so this is not even remotely balanced. This is officially a disaster. This is a very, very expensive, hard to see disaster. Oh, man. Well, there's a lovely shot. 10 kilometres up, and this is what's happening. Gone soaring over Avon. Well, that's good, I suppose. I can extend my solar panels at least. There we go. Does the landing gear work? Yeah, landing gear works. That's worked. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Well, oh, and there's just debris going everywhere. Brilliant. I think I'm going to have to call it a day there, which is a bit disappointing. Spend some more time thinking about how to do what I'm trying to do. But yeah, if I keep going with this now, I'm just going to hurt my hands too much, and that would be foolish and irresponsible. So that'll do for now. I'm going to send the save file back to Mike. Looking forward to seeing what he does with it. Maybe he can land a fuel refinery at Avon, or maybe he'll do something else. I'm not sure. So thanks for watching. I will try this again another time. Goodbye.